Connecting. Okay. It says stop streaming, so that means we've started streaming. All right.
Oh, I got, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
saw
got
the
the.
notification, and it pops.
Got
And
the.
I see you.
I don't.
Danielson.
Hey, I see you.
All right. Woo!
Hey,
I don't see myself on the live stream though, so you guys are seeing more than I'm
I
seeing.
see you.
Yeah. All right.
You
Cool.
got Danielson 99. Sure, I can't see the bottom or
Danielson
Revolution.
Revolution.
I get the reference.
Ring of Honor.
Yep.
T-shirt. Yep. Hello, everyone, and this was a fucking ordeal. Well, yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you. What's funny is like I can't see it on my computer, but like on my fucking phone, like everything's working. Why does it gotta be this way? But hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Just Us Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I'm the Athletic Geek. It is the 3-year anniversary. Yesterday technically was the 3-year anniversary of when we started the stream. Sending out tweets to let everybody know that it is working.
Yep.
And,
It's like the Snyder Cut. We added a whole new character. Nicholas is here.
Nick's being brought back because, well, first, if you've never seen this show before, this is the Just Us Marks Wrestling Recap Show. We've been friends for a long time. I've been friends with Nick for a long time, been friends with Jay for a long time. Met these two other guys at All Out. We love wrestling. We love sharing our love of wrestling with all of you there. Michelle's in the house.
Michelle's here. Yep.
We love sharing our love of wrestling, so much so that we began this show. Nick and I began this show 3 years ago because we wanted to talk wrestling.
Nick?
Yeah, I started
Holy
with Nick.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm an OG. I ain't new.
He's OG. Now, Nick ain't new. Nick was OG. We came up for the idea to, maintain our fandom with this show. Because so many other great YouTube channels, they started acting like they weren't bigger than being fans. They're journalists now, and that's great because they make a living and make more money than I do off of YouTube. But we wanted to maintain the fact that we were just marks. We avoided insider terms because we were just marks. But we wanted to still seem humble and seem like we were fans. And, much like tonight, lots of ordeals, a lot of disasters happened. I mean, hell, it's still lagging a little bit now because I just got the error message. But I'm hoping everybody's hearing me okay. Hope everybody's hearing us okay.
I still see you.
Ray says hello.
This is what happens when you buy Spectrum, everybody.
It's Sparklight here, but now I can finally drink this in celebration. This is a screwdriver in the cup this week.
Oh. In a Moscow Mule glass?
Is that a Moscow? No. What is it called? A mimosa? Is that a Mimosa Mayhem drink?
It's not a Mimosa Mayhem. I didn't have enough to get the Moscow Mule. This is actually a soda cup that I got in New York City. You get like free refills on soda if you buy this cup for the whole time you're at the WrestleCon. And I'm just decided to make it my cup.
Mania
cup? No, it's Wild Bill's old-fashioned soda pop cup, but I got it at WrestleMania. And
it does look like
kind of
we had some ups and downs this whole time. Even tonight we had a shit ton of ups and downs, but
we're here. We're happy.
3 years later, we're still doing the show. From OG Nick, who I started the show with, to Jedi, who kind of was the step in when Nick wasn't around. JC couldn't be here, but JC was also kind of a step in when Nick got too busy with work or Jedi got too busy with family, and then not long after that went to All In. Met Easy and Eric, and now they're part of the family, part of the show here. So before we get into the recap,
so you can
portion
basically
of all
say
this,
we were Pinnacle before Pinnacle was a thing.
Yes, we were. But to kind of
before we get
into all the recapping this week, while we still got Nick on the call, I want to discuss some of the favorite memories of the show since some of you have been watching or some of you have been, following us. Ray's like got a weird like boot loop on his thing, and now I'm panicking. Is everything still all right? I'm internally
I think
panicking.
he's messing with us.
Okay.
There might be Ray.
No,
Ray's a
I
prankster.
closed the video.
I'm watching the video right now, and it's still clear.
I
It's still
closed the
fine.
video and I turned it back on. It's like, Ray, I think you're an idiot.
Okay.
Like right now, you just took another
does anybody have a particular favorite moment? I know, like, not everybody. This isn't wrestling. Everybody's like, oh my god, I remember this. But
yeah. When you were saying earlier, favorite moment, like, what specifically do you mean? Like, just our favorite wrestling moment in general?
No, favorite moment of the show. The show's moments.
Oh, the show. Okay.
Yeah. See, Michelle said we're good. It's Ray.
It's Ray.
Good one, Ray.
See, I'm still getting.
She said we're good.
We're good. Okay.
And her comment came in clear or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I said, you used to another drink. I'm seeing it clear.
Favorite memories of the show before Nick has to leave. Before we get to kind of some of mine, what are some of yours? Like, you have a favorite show you guys have done, a favorite, me flying off the handle moment, a favorite, topic we've discussed. Let's hear it.
I'm really trying to think of some. I like what we do, like our pay-per-view predictions.
Yeah.
But
I'll say, Jedi, do you have
one of my most memorable moments was when I about got my knee taken out by a hammer.
That was a good one.
What? I
used to have like a hat, because I was doing work in the room, and I still had like a hammer where I would like hang up pictures or like remove whatever. And I remember like I would grab it like, I hate to beat that dead horse, and then like I'd take the hammer and go just beat the dead horse. And then one time I almost hit his knee.
We were sitting quite close, and it got very uncomfortably close to my kneecap.
Is the audio still coming in? Is the audio still coming in well?
You're going fine.
Yeah.
Everything sounds good to me.
It's I mean, the video I'm watching is a little bit behind it, but it's still fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the way it always goes.
So Nick,
I just turned the volume down.
Do you have any favorite moments? Since you were the guy that kind of started this with me.
Yeah. Obviously, we had our all-in little adventure, and that's not on this specific show, but that was on the channel.
We did have we did do, and I was actually going to get to that. One of my favorite old streams. Actually, I don't know if it was a stream. I think we couldn't stream. I had to record it and then just upload it later. But was when we were coming back from All In. We did our review of the show. Like, literally, Nick was driving, I was hanging out in the car, and...
Yeah, I remember that.
We're doing our review in the show, mentioning everything. I remember getting choked up talking about Cody and Aldis's match and just how great it was and how special it was.
Oh, Nick was your buddy at All In? So I met him too then, right?
Yeah, we've met each other for a little bit.
Yeah, he was with the group, we
were all in the back porch area or whatever.
Yeah, with the woman that was talking about her essential oils and stuff that Nick did not like.
Nice. Cool. Okay, I remember.
Yeah, so that's definitely one of them, talking about All In. And actually talking, like, around the time of All In, I remember we had a couple shows where we talked about, like, if this succeeds, what might happen, and I don't think at that time we really knew that AEW would be the thing that would happen out of that. I think we might have talked about it.
You guys just started it then, right?
Yeah.
I remember
we started in because I remember the first we did one that didn't work. And then so our first official episode where we figured out all the kinks, were like, okay, this should work, was the week right after on SmackDown, Daniel Bryan announced that he was going to be able to return. So, that was a big deal. I remember wearing the Yes shirt, and it was actually in what's now just the comic book room in my house. We had a different set. We were holding up, a different figure and all that good stuff. So, that... So that I remember that being the first one.
From the moment I met you guys, you were always promoting your show, man. Like, you were always promoting it. Like, I remember...
That was the infancy. That was before I even had the stickers. I didn't get the stickers until
until New York. You
till
gave
New
me a
York, because
sticker.
I'm like, well, if I'm going to New York, I better get these made.
But by that time, because me and Ray watched after we met you guys in Chicago, me and Ray started watching the show, but it was
Right.
only you and Jedi from then. So I didn't
Yeah.
know that Nick was involved with it or whatever. But that's cool.
Yeah,
Man.
Nick was the
See
original.
if I can
Just Nick got
find
too
my
busy with
old
work.
RN stuff.
Yep.
And then so Jedi kind of stepped in, and then whatever. It's like the evolution of stuff.
Well, that's my
It's a
favorite
mystery.
memory is from when I first got in
Well,
because I didn't realize you guys started this. Like I said, when I started watching it, I thought you guys were already deep into it, like a couple of years or whatever. I
Well,
didn't
we were
realize it was like
less than a year,
new.
maybe 6 months at that
Yeah,
point.
probably.
But also on the same the flip side of All In, Michelle, whenever you get your prizes, you'll get stickers. I promise you that.
Woohoo.
Yeah, I got mine on my fridge. Ray's jealous of it every time he sees it.
I've got business cards, but
Well, see, I didn't want to get. I never wanted to use business cards because, like, you get a bit like. I've been to like lots of Comic Cons and wrestling stuff. When you get like a flat cards, you're like, all right, I'm throwing this away. When you get a sticker, you're like, hey,
That's true.
this is actually kind of cool. I might stick this on something. You're more likely to keep it if it's like a sticker.
I still
Well,
got my
I used to
Blue
put a
Chew
calendar on the
gold
back of my business card.
bracelets.
But kind of on the flip, one of my other favorite memories, and it's kind of going into All In, is once again it was me and Nick, and this is when I was in YouTube jail for a minute because like thought one of my uploads. We did used to do commentary videos over like old Saturday morning cartoons, me and another friend.
Yeah, I remember those.
And we would upload a bunch of them at a time. Well, YouTube bot was thinking that I was just uploading a bunch of spam because all it was just audio and a stagnant picture. So they blocked the video and then like stopped. It gave me like a strike on my account and I couldn't go live. And then like I got the strike taken away, but I was still like unable to go live because it's like your account's not in good standing. And I'm like, what the hell? So I like keep sending emails to Google like, hey, I should be able to go live. I should be able to go live, but like it's the equivalent of like being found not guilty but still having to pay a bond fee.
Yeah.
Until eventually they're like, oh wait, it's fine. He's fine, and they let me out. So like me and Nick recorded, like once again, only this time I was driving. We were on our way to see Mick Foley do stand-up, and it was the week right after the on-sale date. And we just got our tickets to All In StarCast. So we were kind of, like, other than, like, talking about that and being on the way to go see Mick Foley do stand-up, driving, to St. Louis, and you're seeing us, like, go, like, having to listen to the GPS and be like, where we go? Why? That exit's closed. Where we go? Oh, let's go the country way, or bullshit like that.
The driving videos were fun to do.
They were fun.
When you see the capybara, turn right.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah,
Hey,
I think
still got my
that time was
my
really.
Massa Club button, so I'm happy about that.
I think my other favorite stream, I like the one, we ended up doing one, literally, like, right before I got on the plane to go to New York. That was one of my favorites. Doing the predictions for NXT TakeOver and WrestleMania. Other than having a Marty Skrull shirt on, it's a very, very happy memory. And then, honestly, one of my last favorite memories was the one that it was unfortunately the day of the Brody Lee tribute show, but it was when four of us here went for like 2.5 hours with all of our favorite shit, reliving, somehow making it seem like the year 2020 was fun, when really it was a shitty year, but if you listen to us talk about it, it was a fun fucking year.
Oh, man.
So that is my favorite show memories, and I know I've been guzzling on this double shot screwdriver this whole time, but to everybody that helped make 3 years possible, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Here's to hoping that for the 4 years, we'll actually be in the same room together.
And I've drank it all. Because I need it after all that stress. Okay. We ready to do what we normally do. We ready to talk some wrestling.
Yeah. Fastlane!
It was a good show.
Yeah.
It was a good show. I'm not going to knock that show. It was a good, not great show. Bryan
I
and
still don't know, like, why do we need 2 pay-per-views in between WrestleMania? Elimination Chamber
Yeah.
was probably
yeah.
a better send-off.
Oh yeah,
Because they're thick.
but see, instead of doing this as like a pay per view, they should just made it like I said, just do Saturday night's main event instead, or something like that.
Yes. You know, hang on. They have a new deal with Peacock now. They should bring that back. They should be a Peacock exclusive Saturday night's main events. It can look like a house show for all I know.
Um,
I say, fuck,
Hey,
that's a great
yeah,
idea.
but like
Seriously.
overall, I like I'm not gonna stand here, sit here, whatever I'm doing. Got a new setup. Have to use a different webcam because well, reasons. But anyway, no, I thought Bryan and Roman was great.
Yep.
I'm not gonna.
Great man.
I don't want to stand. Like, was it a little bit of an unnecessary show? Absolutely, it was. But I'm not gonna complain about good wrestling, no matter whatever the company
Might
was.
as well
You know
have
what
been
I
a
mean?
Saudi Arabia show.
Yeah, totally.
It was pretty redundant.
Only
Yeah.
other than Bryan versus Roman, which actually had a good build up, a good match, good story in the match. Like,
Well, it's the
I'm not.
return of the Fiend, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was telling you guys in the
that
group
was
chat.
like, whoa.
I watched this entire pay per view with my brother, who does not watch or follow wrestling at all. So watching this pay per view with him at some point, like during the Big E and Apollo match, the ending, my brother was like, "What the fuck just happened?" I was like, "I don't know, dude." Like, it was a sloppy roll up of like we're gonna count to 2, but then I'm gonna roll you over. But my brother was like, "I swear they counted to 4 at one point." I was like, it was weird. But then trying to explain to
AEW
him,
has done that before.
Right. That part doesn't
but it
bother me
was
because that's
sloppy
like,
though.
yeah, but it's
This
sloppy,
should
but if it's
been
done
this should
well,
have been Big
it's fine.
E's, but this should have been Big E's like defining Intercontinental Championship moment. Win with the finishing move. Don't win with the sloppy kind of. Because like I said, my brother who's watching this with blind eyes is just going like, "Wait, what the fuck happened?" We're watching it going like, "Oh yeah, I understand the story behind it or whatever." But for him, he's looking at me like to explain it, and I'm like, I
I
can't
get
really
what you're
explain it.
saying. I get what you're saying, but I'm
Yeah,
also going to kind of like I'm going to compare it to something else. It's like, okay, somebody picks up a comic book for the first time, and they just know like, hey, I know Batman, or what's this? Sometimes you're going to go, okay, great, okay, I get into this, and then sometimes you're going to be like, wait, what? This happens? I'm confused.
or like
It's kind of like you
what
got to
dialogue
walk.
box do I read next? Like, yeah,
You walk that fine line of like, okay, we gotta keep this story going for the rest of the people that have been following it, because you don't want to just drop everything for a new person. But
right.
how do you also make this accessible to the new fan? You know what I
Well,
mean?
but he really liked the Drew and Sheamus match. He thought it was brutal. And then afterward, I showed him the Thunder Rosa match recently with Britt Baker, and he's like, "Oh, this is way better." Like he even saw the difference of like, "Oh, yeah." But then the last thing I had as a note, whatever, was during the Alexa and Orton thing, and they had the preview, built up package to it, the video thing of like, here's what's been going on if you haven't been watching lately, whatever. My brother the whole time was just like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, dude, I don't know. And then during the match, whatever. It was good shit, bro. That's what I thought. I should have told him. It's good shit, pal.
There was one amazing thing that did happen on Fastlane, and it was even before the pay-per-view had started, and I have perfect music for this. Hang on. Retribution is no more!
God. Yeah,
good.
you did say that.
Hopefully Ali can get something. All right, you can turn that off now.
Okay, sorry. I needed that. I guess actually my favorite memory is when we talk about Retribution, we always talk about what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, I'm glad they're.
I'm so happy.
But Zombie Fiend coming back, I think, is pretty cool, and I know people are super into the Fiend, and I know it's a big deal, so it's cool. I'm into it, but following into like Raw or whatever too, making it official of like he's gonna be facing Orton at Mania. It's just like I don't know, man. Zombie Fiend is cool, but how it's
Hey,
just pretty
you know what?
cartoony.
I'll say this. Orton and Fiend at Mania needs to happen because it's been going on for so long. So having
Please,
the
just
I want to put this having the conclusion at
Mhm.
WrestleMania is a good thing. I want to emphasize the word conclusion.
You think
It
Orton
oh,
will
is
you
take
mean
time
like
off
top
the
after?
tier.
conclusion of Randy Orton and Edge?
Orton literally set this guy on fire. So
Yeah,
Orton
the
set a
Fiend
lot
has
of
to
his
take
stuff on
him.
fire.
Fiend has to do
But we
something to
didn't
him.
start the fire.
we didn't do that. But yeah, that's pretty much Fastlane. So let's
Now,
let
would Orton Fiend actually be a cinematic match at Mania or
Hopefully.
no?
maybe
Probably.
it could work
I
well
would say
that
why
way.
not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm going with hopefully.
I bet, but on the flip side, I will say, hopefully, but since there are going to be people at Mania, they might actually, want a match.
Well, it's too nice. They
Okay,
Um,
have
but there was
just
people
like
at
last year.
Revolution, and we still got a Darby Sting versus Team
that's
Taz
because that was
cinematic match.
Sting, and Sting needs a cinematic match, or else the man
Well, but
might
they had to
die.
set up. They had to set up for the barbed wire stuff too.
Yeah,
I know,
Yep.
obviously.
Sting needs. I'm not a Randy Orton fan, but Sting needs cinematic matches to be able to still go. Randy Orton does not.
Randy Orton
Yeah.
might not.
And this will be like the fifth Randy Orton
We will be getting
cinematic match we've
at
seen. But
Andrade a little bit later, Mercedes.
All
I
right,
mean, that's the
yes.
nicest thing I've ever heard you say about Randy Orton. It's just that he won't get injured.
Yeah. Hey, on the year end show, I actually said, hey, the greatest wrestling match of all time would have been better had they, and I would have I liked it and would have liked it better if they didn't call it the greatest wrestling match of all time. So,
Right.
yeah, I agree.
um,
It was great
but
though.
anyway,
Great match.
um, but yeah, Raw like it wasn't a bad show. Like I actually watched all of Raw. I do want to point out
Wow.
Peyton
Gold
Royce and
star.
Asuka had a great match. Like that's probably Peyton Royce's best singles match ever.
Would
Like
you say
Well,
that
they
it
seriously,
was
also announced
Peyton Royce has
iconic?
been good.
they made
she's been good,
official
but
what
like this
will be
is
the greatest match ever: The Miz versus Bad Bunny at WrestleMania is going to be the greatest wrestling match any of us have ever seen in our lifetime or ever
Let me see
will.
if
What is
there's
a
more.
Bad
After you
Bunny?
saying that, let me see if there's any more vodka in this cup.
I okay. I'm probably gonna go overboard on this, but I swear to God, I was seeing the amount of stupidity through Twitter saying like, "Oh, Bad Bunny with WWE, it's gonna like grow viewership." Like, I don't give two shits about Bad Bunny. And first off, he's not the biggest. I'm sorry, like my
Headline
humble
worthy.
opinion, he's not the biggest pop star of. He's not the
Is
biggest
that what he
artist of the
is?
world. Like
Well,
I
people
didn't
like
even
keep thinking
know.
that.
I haven't even
I
been
don't know
It's
watching
anything
a
about him.
WWE.
We don't know anything about him, but I will say
No.
this.
Like
Apparently,
tweeting names
as
two-time
we've
over a
Grand
learned,
Slam
million
champion
followers does
versus
not mean you're the
24th
biggest
NBA
artist
as
and
champion.
we've learned
superstar.
from this chat, and kind of outside our bubble, I guess he's a big deal. I'm not gonna
Huh.
come. He's wrestling the Miz.
Okay,
The
he's
You
a
Miz,
guys are
big
the
such
Miz can
deal
make the
boomers.
in
Miz
the
can make it
music world,
work.
okay? But this is the pro wrestling world.
It's
We don't care
WrestleMania.
about
Yeah,
celebrity
but they've done this
matches.
It's
before. They've done this
WrestleMania.
before,
They've
though.
had Gronk. They've had Mr. T. They've had
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
what
Snooki.
have they all
Like,
Lawrence
had in
Taylor
common
main
though?
evented.
They are
yeah, they've
athletes.
had
I want
No,
Snooki?
Snooki is
athletes,
not an
okay?
athlete.
The
Snooki's
one
not an
celebrity
athlete.
match the one celebrity match that I'm honestly a fan of, whether you guys like this or not, was Mayweather Big
John,
Show.
Oh,
That's the
Mayweather
what was
Big
his
only
name?
Show
Was
was
celebrity
done
match
Luke
I
the
perfectly.
Tonight Show
actually
guy?
got into.
But I'm also gonna say that this is where like I don't like it personally. This is not for me. But
Yeah,
I
no
will
kidding.
concede the fact that there's
It's
more than
tradition.
me. There's more than just me to cater to. There's
No,
Also, he's
that's what we were
obviously
talking
a
about. Yeah,
Okay, when
Bad
there's
we
more
were
Bunny has
at
than
a
me.
he has a big
WrestleMania,
audience. Although
when
we'd
we
never
were
heard
at
of him,
WrestleMania, how many
he
fans
has an
were there that
audience.
were excited saying, "Oh my God, Colin Jost and Michael Che from Saturday Night Live, they're in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale? That's
Literally
amazing."
Well,
0.
No
well, when
one,
we were at
yes,
Saturday, Night-
and it was their
when,
own backyard, and nobody gave a damn.
Look,
but
I'm
We
not
same
That's the
saying
thing.
only
I
don't
reason I
watch
like
went
it.
to that
I'm
celebrity
show.
saying
matches.
I'm not saying I
We're at
like it. I'm saying
Mania.
I understand.
But we're at Mania listening to Joan
Even
Jett
SNL
play
has been struggling
live,
with
and
viewership
we're going,
lately.
oh yeah, I know who Joan Jett is, and then there's 19-year-olds going, who the fuck is this little lady, and why do I care? Or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Same flip
They
side. Now
really,
there's Bad Bunny for the kids, and we're just like,
those 19-year-old kids really did not give a damn about her bad reputation.
Hey. Joan Jett, the legend of the Runaways,
That was.
baby.
I'm not a Rousey fan, but like to be able to get to say like I experienced Joan Jett playing Bad Reputation
Yes.
at live. That was
I-
cool as fuck.
cool.
That was
Yeah,
amazing.
hell yeah.
That was
I think
probably
that
like
if-
the only picture that I got from that whole matchup because, well, my phone
And
was
WWE gave me a strike for that, by the way.
Jett. Like
I
I
got a
was
strike.
freaking out as if this was the '80s again.
Yeah.
It was
But, like,
But
rad.
if
I
people
get it, but
criticize
let's-
Raw for having low, like not having good viewership and like young people in those demos, then like in that same breath, you can't also criticize them for bringing in Bad Bunny.
Yeah, but The Miz,
And I was even pointing
two-time
out where
Grand
it's
Slam
like,
champion
okay, imagine if you
versus
had
Bad Bunny,
BTS
former
come to Raw.
24/7
It would make no
champion
sense.
at WrestleMania. This is headline worthy, you guys. Second night, I think, too.
Why is it not a tag team match though?
Exactly.
Take my
you know,
money
Why
right
is it
now.
a match?
Bad Bunny
Period.
and Booker T versus Miz and Morrison.
Or
Hey,
Damian
then at least
Priest?
Then at least
No,
guys.
it'd be Damian Priest,
Yeah,
yeah.
Damian Priest. Okay, I was thinking Booker T because
Honestly, like, please, why can't we have
Booker
Damian
T
Priest
should be
versus
the
The
special
Miz?
enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
There you
Special
go.
guest referee.
Sure, that maybe, but she publicly said she had COVID, and I don't want to doubt someone who publicly says they have COVID. So that's I don't know. That's kind of getting into conspiracy theory stuff. I'm just gonna say if the young lady says she's got COVID, she's got COVID.
Yeah, why
But
risk
anyway,
it?
let's get to that's kind of all there is to talk about as far as.
Please,
once
before I
again,
start shooting rabbits.
Renegade Rabbit versus the Miz, Happy Hair or whatever you want to call them. So let's talk Dynamite.
Thank God.
That's a show I watched.
Oh, before we get started,
The
Impact
night
is moving to
of the
Thursday nights,
promo.
everybody. So
Yeah, Impact
we-
moving to Thursday nights.
The
Because
night of
let's
the
be
promo.
honest, Impact would get destroyed by NXT on a Tuesday night. Let's be real.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. Yeah.
It's
I
a
don't mind
choice.
it. And like Impact used to be on
But-
Thursdays.
like
But
on TNA.
all I'm going to say really quickly is that if there was a night of any other night where I was watching AEW this week, I was like, damn, I got something else to switch to because where's the action at? I'd be switching to NXT. If the
Yeah.
NXT is switching to Tuesday, then that's good for all parties, but AEW definitely has to. They had 13 promos and a package for Cody and Brandy having
A
a
reality
new
show.
reality show, and they had 6 matches. So between the 2 hours, that's a lot of time just between
I
talking.
will
Like,
say this about their matches. The matches this week were top
word
notch.
quality.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were good.
Seidel and Omega, great.
Very good.
Hangman was too short though. I didn't really care for that
This is
one.
kind of like a get Hangman on TV thing. Like I don't like it, but like it was kind of I understand what they're going for.
Right.
Ty Conti and Nyla was
Loved
pretty
it.
good.
And I'm glad that Ty won. I was so expecting
Yeah,
Nyla
I
to
was
win
shocked
again.
Taiwan. I thought they were really getting ready to make to really
Ty.
push Nyla in, but no,
Oh,
like that
yeah.
was surprising.
Oh.
It was a good surprise.
Young Bucks, Cutler versus Lucha Bros. Laredo. Okay, that was amazing.
Good match.
Holy shit.
Oh,
that was
man.
a great fucking
And then we go to the main event where I was heartbroken because I really wanted Johnny Hungy. Johnny Hungy wants to be TNT boy. He's no longer BTE boy. I want him to be TNT boy. TNT John.
No longer BTE champion, so you want him as TNT champion.
Yeah.
What's
TNT
next?
boy.
Will he
This-
challenge
this was a
Sesame
good-
Street for the ABCDEFG
Well,
championship.
dude, no, I'm not gonna. Hey, fucking y'all laughing? John Silver is.
But
a
no,
main eventer
seriously,
waiting
like
to
yeah,
happen.
John Silver, he will be. Honestly, I see him becoming a tag team champion with Silver.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a main eventer.
right on.
I'm not going to go that
I'm
far.
gonna say main eventer in the sense of. I'm not saying future AEW champion, but I'm saying like you
No.
could.
Definitely build something around him.
Well, you could build up to like kind of like Eddie Kingston. You know what I mean? Hey, you could build up to him having a title shot, and he could may have been a pay-per-view
Yeah,
getting the title shot, and
right.
Mhm.
like people could accept that. It's kind
But
of
I did
like
not want him to beat Darby.
I
Did you really want him to win?
yes and no. Like I'm gonna put like the part of me who's thinking doing like what Duddy and Bully Ray says and thinking like you're in the business, not thinking like a mock, thinking like you're in the business.
Yeah,
Remember,
what'd Bully Ray say?
stop being mocks and start thinking like you're in the business. Um, Thinking like I'm in the business, I know that Darby winning was the right call. But there's me being a fan and getting lost in the story and getting lost in somebody I like going, fuck yeah, John Silver, Johnny Hungry for gold, let's go.
And if you never saw John Silver before, but only this match, you'd be like,
Yeah,
"Who the fuck is this guy?" Like, this is a great match for him to be like
For
a
sure.
showcase.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, but there were a lot of promos, and none of the promos were bad, but there were just again, it's kind of like one of those. If WWE had a nothing but like I had this many promos, we would be on here going, "Oh, just fucking WWE, right? Fuck, dude, so many promos. World Wrestling Entertainment, fuck WWE and their promos, AEW." So, in the interest of fairness,
It depends on if they're good or not. Is really what it comes down to,
because I mean,
though.
every
well, Britt Baker had the promo of the night. Her promo was definitely
Britt
like
Baker had a
what
good
we.
promo. I enjoyed the promo with Cody and QT. Like, I'm interested in a Cody and QT Marshall match. I'm
I can't
interested
say
in a
I
QT
am.
Marshall match.
Well, I'm more
Fuck.
interested in QT versus Fuego de Sol from the Sammy Guevara vlog and stuff,
Oh,
but his angle of like, yeah, dude, you know how much bullshit I have to deal with because I have to pick up the slack. Basically, is like, yeah, I get it, man. I've been there. Like, it's like I'm invested in it, like you say too. But definitely, Britt Baker's promo was like what I was waiting to hear,
oh
especially after
yeah.
their match last week.
You know what I like the most about Britt Baker's promo was the fact that they didn't turn her good. She's not good now. Like everybody's all
Right.
expecting her to be like, like I'm on an AEW group on Facebook and everybody's all like, you're stupid for thinking that Britt can be on the good side of things when she had a match like that. Did you not see what kind of heroic stuff that she had? No, she's still bad. It's fucking great.
What about the Pinnacle promo?
I
Did
was
you guys
getting to
think of
that.
that one?
That was amazing. And a lot of people they keep saying oh this looks like the Horseman and everything like the new
That's the
Horseman.
point.
Oh well, wait a minute! I was still finishing my sentence. I actually kind of see them more as evolution, really.
Evolution was the Horseman. They just didn't
Well,
want to go full. Triple H didn't want to go
whatever.
full stealing hero worship and call them the Horsemen.
Well, but they also had a really good match too, and for the first time, I was like, "Oh man, Sean Spears looks like a badass." Like
Right.
I
Yeah.
haven't said that legit for a while, so I mean, good for them for
This
actually
is
doing
really now
something.
making
Like,
me want MJF to. Yes, dare I say it? This is really wanting me to make MJF world champion. Please.
Not yet.
I
It's
can
not
see that
time.
happening. Yeah,
It's not time.
not yeah, but I can definitely see him
Oh
like not
yeah,
like in
Maybe
the
for
full.
thing.
sure.
Not
Yeah.
full year. All
Silver,
out.
Silver
All
is
out. He'll be
still pretty
champion.
fresh. He has a while to
No.
go, whatever. But
No.
like,
No. Time out. MJF don't get it until Hangman's had it.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe even the person to take it from Hangman.
Especially after, take it from Hangman, but fucking after
Yeah,
everything we're seeing Kenny Omega go through, especially with how he basically the Elite is done now. It's official with the Young Bucks. Seriously, no, MJF does not jump the line, create a fucking bad guy versus bad guy match so MJF can get the fucking belt. No,
No,
no.
honestly, maybe or MJF gets the belt from Hangman.
yeah.
I don't
I
like
mean,
that as
could
much.
you imagine the promos that MJ would have on Hangman? It's okay, you're gonna cross off the
You
whole drunk
drunk.
cowboy everything. You don't have a friend anymore. You instead went to a cult, and nobody even likes them. And maybe a mini shade on late Brody Lee because, of course, MJF would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Obviously, I don't want
You
MJF
can
to
be
Well,
win.
sick of
that's
He's
Cody,
hell
but
no.
I'm saying he's good
That's
for he's
that's
good with the
like
product.
in a year. I'm down for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like this is like future booking.
Yeah, Hangman comes
What
to
if they
yeah.
What if he takes it off of him like real fast?
Oh yeah,
Like
that.
almost like a Money in the Bank situation. Like Hangman
No,
gets it, and then like a week or two, MJF like steals it
I wouldn't
basically.
say that soon. Maybe that's like Hangman ends a pay per view with it. You don't do like a complete Edge thing with it. But yeah, that's a. I mean, that's an old thing like they used to do with like Dusty would hold the belt. Dusty would chase Flair for a year,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'd beat Flair, and everybody'd be like, "Hooray, Dusty beat Flair!" And then
A new
quickly
challenger
lose it back.
arrives.
No, then he just lose it back to Flair. So here's a
Yeah.
twist on it to where he would, you know, yeah, it's like
So say, wait,
I'll kind of compare
like
it to
Hangman beats
I'm-
Kenny,
I'm-
but then Kenny wins the belt back.
No, not Ken. I'm saying twist it with MJF instead of Kenny. I want to compare it to
Oh,
something from
okay.
Ring of Honor because I'm wearing the Danielson shirt. Here's one they did in Ring of Honor. They had they built up for 6 months. Homicide said, "I'm going to challenge at Final Battle. I'm going to challenge Bryan Danielson or whoever the champion is in my hometown. And if I cannot capture the belt, I will leave Ring of Honor forever." And Daniel Bryan was having a great run as the champion. He loses, and then Homicide gets the belt, and he has a few fun title defenses. He beats he beats a few people. He beats Samoa Joe, and he beats Jimmy Rave, and then eventually Takeshi Morishima comes in and then just destroys him. That's kind of what I'm thinking could happen with Hangman. Is you could have all right, huzzah, Hangman wins it. Oh, he beat this guy. That's cute. Oh, he beat this other guy. That's also fun. Oh, he beat this other guy. That's cool. And then here comes MJF and be like, fucker.
A single punch from the diamond.
No, but I
ring.
want Kenny to have his Thanos run. I want him to win all the belts first,
Oh, yeah,
and then someone
Yeah.
take down.
There's a lot left in the Kenny tank.
It could be
Yeah,
it could be Hangman.
There's a lot
Hey,
left in the Kenny tank.
Thanos.
There's a
Thanos,
lot left in
Kenny-
the Cody or in the Hangman tank, and then we got before we can get to the MJF tank.
Right.
How long do you think Kenny stays a bad guy? Like, do you think after he loses it, he goes back?
I hope he doesn't go back because, I'm gonna be honest, unless you're in the independent wrestling bubble, good guy Kenny kind of sucks.
Well, I know several of my friends who just started AEW when it began, who were like, I don't get why you like Kenny Omega. They're like, I don't get it. I don't know why you like him. I don't know why all these people like him. And then when he turned bad and won the belt, they're like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah,
So-
unless you're within kind of the whole. We watch VTE and we've been following Kenny for however long. Unless you're kind of in that bubble, it just kind of is. Good guy Kenny's not that great, I would say with the elite,
It's like good guy Miz. I just don't get it.
The only. I think every member of the elite is better as the bad guy. The Bucks and Cody endear themselves more to the audience more than Kenny does.
I think Cody's a better good guy than a bad guy.
I know. I mean,
But-
he's in this context, sure, but I loved when he was
I love that too, but you
he was
talked
manipulating,
earlier about how you got choked up when he won the NWA championship. Like, he's a fantastic good guy.
Oh yeah, he is. But I'm also saying he's diverse enough. But I actually started giving a damn about Cody Rhodes when he had the mask on and was undashing. He was like a fucking psychotic Batman villain,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So
so
it's
glad the elite is dead, though. I'm glad, they just that little group of them, they just seem like a bunch of annoying little pricks. I don't like being the elite either. I think I feel that way about a lot of that, but I just I think it's better for everyone for that to just completely dissolve.
Well, so
I like the Young Bucks better already.
Well, if Kenny comes back to being a face or a good guy, is he going to be in the elite or is he going to form a new group? Because he can't just come back with the Bucks and then do a whole, they were going to be best friends again and again. It's suck each other's.
I think if they're ever going to do something like that, Kenny has to go on a long redemption arc. He had a long arc, a long story arc that put him in this situation. he needs an even longer arc to finally redeem himself. Like we're
Well,
talking,
well, he's older too, so he can even bring up newer people
yeah.
or bring up
Yeah.
Japanese guys, or like
Yes.
form.
Who would
That's that.
who would you
Honestly,
want
that's
that to
probably
be
his
in that
best
group?
thing. That would be his best angle, is starting a Japanese stable, and
Right.
then maybe that could be Andrade and fucking Nayato's entrance in
You think that's the
AEW,
way
and
you'd
that
go
would
with
be.
it?
I don't know,
That's not
I
where
but
think
I'd
that
go
would be
with it.
cool. Yeah, I think that's a cool
I know,
idea.
right?
I don't think Naito's got much longer, to be honest with you. And he
I know,
and
What
but
about
all
Naito's
these
Bushi?
guys are getting older, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and Naito's not like has no interest in leaving Japan for anything.
What about Ibushi?
I don't know. But
Ibushi brings them back to the good
Golden
Golden
side.
Lovers
Lovers in
again?
AEW.
we'll see. We'll see.
I know
No,
it's
actually,
kind
well,
of weird
here's
to
the
think,
thing.
but like,
Kenny is.
I was just gonna say, I definitely think if all these guys are like how, like, because I agree with Nick, like the Elite was a special thing at the time, or whatever, and
Right.
whether you like it or don't like it, whatever. I don't definitely want to see it get beaten to a dead horse status like Bullet Club. Like separate and do
Yes.
other things. All these guys can do other things, like, and especially Hangman if he's in the
And
Dark Order,
and you know
and
what?
the Bucks go and do something else. Like I want to see that new
And
stuff.
we're
I don't
all
want to
seeing them
see
do other things. Like Cody's got the Nightmare
right,
Family. The Bucks are kind of doing their
right,
own
right, right.
thing. Hangman's with the Dark Order. Kenny's doing his thing
Yeah,
with Callus
with the Good
and
Brothers
the Good Brothers.
yeah.
I don't. Michelle just said in the chat she doesn't want to see Hangman with the Bucks. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like,
I think, like, for the
there's
time
eventually
being,
gonna be
this
a
is
build up.
good.
There needs to be a build up with Eventually, you're gonna see like kind of the Bucks Hangman reunion, but it shouldn't happen overnight. Like it should take a year at the
Take time. It's going to be
least.
like the breakup of DX, and then they have to come back in a while, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see
Hmm.
just a new version of the Elite. Where, oh, hey, we forgive each other again, and now
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's like you guys just
Mm,
now it's going to be in the fourth year or whatever. So it's like just do new stuff. Like there's going to be new talent. Work with the new talent. Bring them up. That's what
and
they need.
especially if the Forbidden Door gets further, broken down with the New Japan relationships.
Yeah.
Again, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Penta was the
I don't want to
start.
see.
Here's
I'll reiterate this point. I don't want to see New Japan people just come in and go, "Yep, all this that's ours now." No. You're the ones that didn't want to work with them to begin with. You're gonna have to earn your way into being like the
No,
guys
I
around
honestly
here.
don't want to give them like immediate title shots. Just like appearances like
Good
here and
matches.
now.
Yeah.
Or
And
just
yeah,
a
especially
crossover
pay
pay
per
per view.
view. Pay per view level
Exhibition matches.
rivalries.
Exhibition matches with maybe one title match, but who's obviously going to win or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. That's easy for us to sit here and say, like, oh, why don't they just do this? There's probably a lot of political string pulling that has to happen for that. But,
yeah.
And not to mention we're still fighting a pandemic.
yeah. But real quick, because Miss Ace even brought this up in the chat earlier, touch on this before we end the stream. Andrade was released. And I know we've privately discussed a lot of that, but I know there's a lot of places that people want Andrade to go, but I don't want him in AEW just yet. I know that's a
No.
controversial opinion, but I know it's also a shared opinion. I don't really want AEW's they've got enough talent that unless and I'm not knocking Andrade's talent. Andrade is a phenomenal talent. But unless it's like a damn John Cena or a fucking like
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar or Batista or somebody that's like, holy shit, we got to get this guy now. They need to worry about who they have now, and then like again, a year and a half, then you bring Andrade in. I'm more interested to see Andrade go back to CMLL and maybe work with New Japan and reform Los Ingobernables.
I think it makes a lot of sense for him to go to
I
Ring
would
of
really
Honor.
see him on New Japan more.
Then CMLL.
I think he can go New Japan,
Mexico?
but I don't want to.
I don't follow the Mexican division, so I don't know what goes on down there. But if he does that, cool. But in terms of just like the real like I guess quote unquote like the mainstream audience, I would rather see him in New Japan.
Well, I mean,
I
like,
really think
see
he's
him.
going to go to Ring of Honor. They have a lot of like lucha guys in there, and like
They
Roosh and
could
Dragon
use
Lee and
them.
people.
Has Ring
Yeah,
of Honor been doing anything? I
Well,
haven't
they
heard.
could use them. Yeah.
They need all the
for
help they
sure.
can
And
get
he has
because,
friends there.
yeah, like Roosh and
Yeah,
They
he's
could.
like the
They should
champion still,
throw if
right?
they have money. They should throw it at him. I would like
well,
to see him at New
they
Japan
gave
if
Matt
he's
Taven a
not gonna
seven-figure
tag.
contract.
Fuck the
Yeah,
kingdom.
Well, Andrade's no Matt Taven.
Yeah.
he doesn't need to tag with Naito. I want to see him rival. Like, oh, you have your Ingobernables of Japan. Well, I'm gonna start one of original Ingobernables or even of just Mexico, whatever, and then maybe even rival them. I want to see Andrade versus Naito. And if you're saying that Naito doesn't have that much longer in him anyway, this can be a good rivalry that can come to like just like a great match at whatever. But
Yeah.
I haven't seen New Japan. I that was one of my New Year's resolutions, as a matter of fact, was to keep up with them, and I haven't at all.
Well,
But
well, it's funny saying that because like you're not missing much because New Japan is like in the slump of slumps right now.
oh well.
Like I'm not
But
the
that could be the
wrestling's good.
spark they
The
need,
wrestling's
you
good, but
know.
the creative is just not there.
And
Like
you're always saying that they need a good gaijin. I mean, I
no,
guess
no,
he's
no.
qualified. You know,
They have enough good guys, Gene. Like, well, we'll just finish. We'll end this on some New Japan talk. I feel like they're ignoring some of their good Japanese talent right now because they want to cater to gaijin people that, okay, that's all well and good, but you're missing the boat on a lot of great talent. Like,
uh,
like Sonata keeps getting shit on. It's like, why? Oh, well, we gotta push Osprey. We gotta push Moxley. We gotta push Jay White. Oh, hey, Kenta could have had the U.S. title. Nope. Gotta keep that on Mox
yeah,
Lesnar. Gotta have that
I
on
agree
Brock.
with you though that the reason why they
Fucking,
still have the belt on Moxley,
yeah,
it's
that's stupid.
wild. That's a
Has New
wild looking
Japan forgot
decision.
that they have their American promotion?
That's the point.
Like,
Kenta lives in America. He's Japanese. He brings like he actually like like they had a while back. They had like these New Japan USA shows, and like they couldn't. They claimed they couldn't get work visas for all the Japanese talent, but really they just refused to book them because they're like, oh, we don't need the Japanese talent. We got Marty Scurll, and we got the Best Friends, and we got Davey Boy Smith Jr. La di da di da, and nobody liked them because they're like, hey, we want. I know, foreign concept. Your head's gonna explode here. We want to see some Japanese wrestlers when we watch New Japan Pro
Yeah,
Wrestling. So I understand why they wanted to put the belt on Moxley. I get it. But him not having him lose to Kenta, fuck. At least I mean, I know the Forbidden Door's open. Have Kenny Omega cost him the match or something. I know New Japan don't like that, but come on, get your belt to someone who's gonna
okay, this is the same
help New Japan
promotion.
more.
Okay, isn't this the same promo that's? Oh my god, I have to go Wikipedia on this. But they basically had a Wrestle Kingdom ending where you actually heard Japanese crowds booing for the first time in ever. I gotta find
Well,
it.
it's not that much, but they booed. But yeah. But I'm just saying, like the fact that they're keeping the belt on.
Yeah, it was like Naito winning and like Kenta completely ruined the celebration, which was like, holy shit, what just happened?
But but here's the thing, so why didn't you put the belt on him? Because we gotta have the belt on John Moxley because fucking I think Gato has
he's a
finally
big
hit his
draw.
creative slump. And
Well, Moxley's a big draw, whether you're in the Japanese wrestling or not. You know who that is, maybe,
So
and
can Kenny
especially him
Omega,
being
though.
the AEW foreign former
then
champion,
put him on the
and stuff
card.
like
Don't
that. Like,
get your belt back. Again,
but
I
yeah,
see Mox
obviously,
Lesnar. I don't have a problem with Brock Lesnar being part of the show, but
but
Do
like
something.
I'm
well,
saying, like
yeah,
obviously, what way to put over Kenta and make him the next big deal? Make him win the fucking belt off Moxley, but they didn't. It's like, wow.
The only
New
difference
Japan-
is on the collective internet. When this happens with Brock Lesnar, we have a whole bunch of fuck them, because it's New Japan, and again, It isn't John Moxley pulling the strings, but Mox Nation is going to come after me. Since John Moxley has internet godhood status, this is forgiven. This is okay.
Yeah.
So to me, like New Japan, like I never in my wildest dreams thought that when they finally gave the belt to Ibushi, that they would creatively be like at the worst I've seen them in since I've been following New Japan. So it's like, you know,
Well, but I would like to see Andrade go there. That'd be a cool
I
thing.
would like to see Andrade go there. Andrade in the G1 would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. I mean,
he doesn't have AEW. You
doesn't
know,
that come in April? That
G
comes in April, right?
the G1 is in July and August. It's in the
Oh
summer.
shit.
Yeah.
What's in April then? Something.
Um,
WrestleMania.
in May-ish is the best of the Super Juniors, and June is Dominion, and then they get to
We just finished the New Japan Cup too,
it's
right?
finished the New Japan Cup. Yep.
That's what I always think of as spring. So maybe that's what you're thinking of.
The good way to remember it is the New Japan Cup is like a single elimination tournament, and it goes on at the same time as March Madness.
And does he have a 3-month waiting contract thing? Whatever the hell WWE likes to put on people.
I don't know.
I heard that he
know. I
didn't.
don't really think so.
So he can
remember
appear
how
at like a
Moxley
big.
debuted AEW literally a month after Mania?
What if he just throws it away and
that
goes
was
to,
that was different
Alberto Del
because
Rio's promotion?
with Moxley, he literally let his contract run out. With Andrade, he was released, so I think he has the 90-day no compete.
Yeah.
It's a
I thought
difference
I
for
heard
legal.
like Meltzer or somebody say that he did not have one for some reason.
Well, it's possible.
It's possible. I don't know. I don't know the ins
I'm
and
going
outs of
off
his contract.
precedent. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of Andrade. Definitely don't want to see him in AEW yet.
Do you think any of this
but-
is repercussion is going to come to Charlotte?
No.
I'd like to think not, because they bent over backwards to give her a main
WWE
event
would have to be literally
WrestleMania.
this stupid to be saying we don't need Charlotte Flair anymore. As much as I've bitched about her, I still respect her as a human being.
Because, well, even if they, but here's the thing: if they were stupid enough to go, we don't need Charlotte Flair anymore. You know what? She'd go, okay, bye, and go to AEW.
Yeah.
Well, I also think that
AEW's
he
women's
got.
division's on the upswing, and fucking Charlotte. Really? I mean,
If you hear,
Well, him getting released shows that they value Charlotte. I think.
Yeah.
Like I think
you
that
hear-
he got that release because of her.
Now,
So what's that dinner
song you
table
hear,
like?
It's because it is an orchestra song and that can be played anywhere. If you hear like that, the Sparata, I don't know what the hell the name of it called, but you hear that music, everyone will think, "Oh my God, Ric Flair's here." No, they see Charlotte, like, holy fuck, the women's division has just exploded.
Right.
Yeah, like who wouldn't want to see Charlotte versus Britt, or Charlotte versus Nyla, or Charlotte versus Shida, or Charlotte versus
Charlotte Rosa.
She's not all elite yet. She's still not signed the contract. Now that NWA's back, we might have to wait a little longer.
How is she not? How do they not?
She's still under contract with the NWA. That's why. She's still the.
They could buy her out of there. Buy NWA.
I think they respect the contract and respect Billy Corgan enough not to do that. But I still want her to.
Nah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, otherwise I'd be begging. Can we please get
He's
Nick
cool guy.
Aldis on Dynamite, please?
But we're on Charlotte. But like, yeah, do I think any of this will go to Charlotte? I mean, the jury's still out. They switched things in instant. But I mean, they kind of bent over backwards just to give Charlotte a WrestleMania main event. Insert her in because they want her in there. So do I think they're gonna fuck with her too bad? No. But
I think they bent over backwards to get him out too. Like that's all you really need to know. Like I think he really got that because of that connection, because they value her so much.
But if they did anything to screw over Charlotte or make her want to leave, like unlike Andrade, where it's like, he's probably not going to do. I'm not knocking Andrade's talent, but he's probably not going to do much to like really help AEW right out of the gate, like at least in terms of business.
Yeah, I
And that's
agree.
on
Charlotte
WWE
will.
more than anything, more than him. That's just on
Well,
the,
yeah,
Yeah.
but
they could have
still.
presented him in a way that would have made him a big deal. So that's
No.
it's not a knock
But
on him
now
at
That's
he
not a
all.
has
knock
to
on
raise his
Andrade.
own stock.
Yeah. And AEW
Yeah, I
is
mean,
not
it's
the
just,
place where he can raise his own stock, at least in my
It's the same
opinion.
thing with people
Yeah.
like Ricochet. If AEW plucked
Oh,
Ricochet
man.
from the Indies, there'd be more hype than if they plucked him from WWE.
Right.
Like just from how much he's plummeted.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Which is
true.
sad. But like,
But there are
it,
some guys I don't really consider like WWE guys. Like Andrade maybe a little bit, but like Ricochet and even like Aleister Black, people like they don't need any more WWE guys. But if they went to AEW, that's to me like AEW would assign those guys if they were around anyway.
right.
Like they're not really
You
WWE
just, you
guys; they're
just,
indie
even
guys.
though they're not, though, there's still the stigma, especially after the
Yeah,
debacle of Revolution, where they're like the debacle of Revolution and like Paul White just not being that good of a commentator, where like maybe for their own reputation, they need to scale back a little bit, at least with the WWE signings. But
Well, that's what Britt Baker's promo was about, right? She was
right,
like, "Hey Tony, what's with these has-been signings? You have a legend right here that you're not fucking focusing on. Like, come on,
right,
dude." And it's like, yeah, that's why I gave her the promo of the night out of the 13 promos they
out of the
had, because it was
13
like, it's
promos.
true, it's
But
true.
that's pretty much it for us this week. I want to thank everybody for bearing with us. Apologize for the video quality and for it taking so long, but it wouldn't be this show if there wasn't some issues and some
That's right.
things to overcome. I want to thank everybody for all the support. 3 years. Didn't expect. I thought eventually, like, I'd be discouraged with nobody checking it out, that I'd quit after 3 episodes, but it didn't. So, hope everybody keeps supporting. Thank you for your support. Hope you continue supporting. Thank you, Nick, and for coming back for this one night. Appreciate you. Appreciate you helping me get this thing going. Only regret is that happy as your life is right now, and I'm happy for you. Selfishly, I wish we just had more time to keep doing this. But happy that you're happy with your job and got your fiance and stepkid and all that. So glad you have that. Jedi, he has no social media because he's got kids, but happy for you as well.
3 of them.
3 of them. And the other 2 guys, well, I know
Two's
they
great, but three's a crowd.
Yeah, I'll
I
tell
know-
you what.
I know they have a social media plug, so easy, if you please.
All right, guys, you can follow me at Eric Zerins. And a special shout out to the Podcast Wrestling Federation. They make amazing stuff all the time, and I love you guys for it. And I love being on the show. I'm amazed. Like you go 3 years doing the show, and the Elite era only lasted about a year before I thought maybe the wrestling thing wasn't a good idea for me. But either way, you lasted longer than my podcast, so I'll give you props for that.
But you got 1,000 followers. I need all those thousands
Exactly.
to subscribe.
I'll get them to follow you, okay? But yeah.
Subscribe. I don't need followers
I
on
also,
Twitter. I need subscriptions.
I also do run a auto racing channel if you want to check it out, called The Racers Blog. This weekend, Formula One is back, and NASCAR is going
Bristol
dirty,
Dirt.
going on Bristol Dirt. Yeah,
Fuck
baby.
Formula One. Bristol Dirt.
I wish I was going to that. Oh my god! But next year, I'm going to see it.
All
Please,
right.
they
Eric.
need to keep doing. They need to do this every
Eric.
year.
Eric, anything for sale
That's all
on
there is to
Macari?
it.
Yeah, man, I realized that a lot of people just got their stimulus checks recently because I've made like 12 sales now since last Sunday.
Hey.
So check out my page or whatever because I got everything for sale. But it's good lately. It's been good.
Well, for Nick and Jedi and EZ and Eric Wade, I am the Athletic Geek. Follow me on my social media pages: Facebook.com/AthleticGeek89, Twitter Athletic_Geek89, Instagram AthleticGeek89. And if you want to help this channel out financially, hit me up on Patreon. It's Patreon.com/AthleticGeek89. If you enjoy this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I have content not just from the world of pro wrestling, but from the world of anime, gaming, comic books, and all things geek culture. For all of these men, all these marks, thank you for 3 years. Here's to
We'll
many
see you
more.
for 4.
Here's to many more. Here's to 30 more. We're just Marks, and we're out. Have a good one.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna go buy some booze.
I almost hung up. I meant to close the video.